Good day, happy morning. Our Honorable Prime Minister gave a speech in United Nations. Everybody were analyzing the speech. I was just observing his body movements. What an elegance. The way he moved, he walked into United Nations Assembly, the humility and the humbleness, the authoritarianism. He wasn't authority, but the way he commanded the stage. Whatever he spoke was very simple. Down from tea shop to vaccination and the milestone India achieved during COVID time. There's a fundamental difference between Modiism and other political partyism. Starting from Congress to whichever state you want to go, to Tamil Nadu, Dravidianism. There is a complete demarcation about Modiism. If you give a fish to a poor man, he will eat it, and for the next day, he still has to beg. But at the same time, if you teach him how to fish, it may take days or even months. But once he has learned that art, he will never be a poor person. That's the difference. In the past few years, whatever Modiism has done to every Indian it's just fundamental things. We have built 9.5 crore toilets. We have made 5.5 lakh villages, open defecation free villages, what they call as ODF, which is unthinkable, unimaginable. From a doctor's perspective, it has reduced diarrhea, dysentery for village children and village men and women. So they live healthier life than when they used to go out to have open defecation. Slowly, he has empowered women to have her own space, to give a toilet for herself at her home. This is selfless democracy. If you take each and everything, you can compare it with Dravidian political party. So the Dravidian political parties, what they do is, what they have to do for the next 5 years, so that they'll be back into power, was the one they were doing it. For 20 years, a constituency called Atur is being ruled by one Dravidian leader. I wouldn't say he's a leader, but he is a member of legislative assembly there. It's very pathetic. What they give is, they give TVs 20 years ago. Why did they give TVs? For Sun Network to become the richest family in Tamil Nadu. They're not even much richer, because it's a family concern. They can only grow to a certain level. They cannot compete with bigger people like Tata, Wipro, Infosys or TCS. There are a lot of other bigger companies. But the TV was given for the family wealth to be increased, so that they can build their own wealth. Similarly, if you come back to other people, they gave cycle, they gave computer, they gave mixie, grinder, whatever you call, all materialistic thing, which is not going to empower an individual. It is like giving a fish. Next day, you are back to square one. But Narendra Modi's Modiism, what is it given to India? He has given an Aadhaar-linked current account to unimaginable group of people, so that during the corona time or during the sufferings, the money is directly into their bank accounts. It is not through the party man, so that he can always have a hold on the poor people. He has given electricity to almost every villages without any asking for, this is Amma's television, this is Appa's television. No. Everything is done in a selfless leadership. Now, water, drinking water to all the houses. It is something equal to giving electricity to all the houses. But still, it just slowly lifts people out of poverty. So, if you take one thing, toilets for each house, electricity for every house, bank account for every house, gas connection for every house, and now water connection for every house. There is an ambitious plan as well. Health for every house for every people. These are all for people to lift them out of the poverty. And they all are linked to public health. So, just the toilet alone has saved more than 40,000 lives per year. Similarly, if you take everything, house for all, it will eradicate tuberculosis completely from India. We have been spending for tuberculosis in billions in the past 50 years. So drinking water straight to the house will reduce malaria or will completely wipe away dengue from tropical countries. Farmers, similarly, they have been empowered. But the people who are headed by a jamindarism, like a family concern, if you take Congress, it has always been a family concern. Apart from Jawaharlal Nehru, it just sank into family, which Gandhi did not think it will happen. Tamil Nadu, it sank into Kalaignar Karunanidhi's family, which Arinyar Annadurai or what they're praising now, E.V. Periyar, he wouldn't have thought about it. If you take each and every state, apart from Kerala, it has always been a family concern. But why BJP is shining is because of Modiism. It is selfless politics. What they do is, it is not for themselves, it is not for their family, it is also not for their own party. They do it for honest, true Indians. If you want to compete with China and America, we have got a lot of mountains to climb, and only BJP can do that, and only Modiism can do that. I'm sure Modi is crossed 70 years, whether he is going to be the Prime Minister next time or not. But we have many Modis in Bharatiya Janata Party. Even Tamil Nadu itself has got few Narendra Modi leadership type of mindset. And they can easily go be a Prime Minister in the coming years to come. So, Modiism is a democratic philosophy which has been developed in our country, which will never go away. Nobody can take it off. Like Gandhiism, we know what Gandhi has taught us all. Modiism is social economics, and that is going to make us all proud, lift us all out of poverty. The $5 trillion economy, what Modiism is talking about is, once we reach $5 trillion, we will be a self-sufficient country. We will not depend upon any other country. People from outside will come here to set up their own companies to earn their living. People are pulling out of China now. They want to come, they are looking for a second place. Modiism has created a platform in India, but people still, they are not fully aware of what Modiism means. They think Modi is authoritarian. Very rarely, foolishly, people compare him with Hitler, which is absolute blindness. They have their own blind spot in their brain, because they've always been following some family concern people. Every state has got a family concern. So because of that, they are skewed. Their vision is not, they don't want to hear anything good. They don't want to hear whether their family is going to take to the next generation. So the complete division between Modiism and other political party in India is selfless democracy is Modiism. Selfish democracy is Stalinism or Chandrababuism or any state parties, you take care of it. Rahul, it is selfish. He has got a lot of selfish leaders built around them, every state. And they will do only if he does something back to them. And what really happened? We ourselves killed lakhs of people in Sri Lanka, Sonia Gandhi has got blood in her hand. Was DMK party able to ask anything about it? No. So these are the atom bombs that will burst out in the years to come, and those parties will disintegrate. But Modiism is a philosophical ideology, is a democratic philosophy which has come to stay. So any party who wants to do good for the people should start thinking about bottom line uplifting of people. People development is the fundamental thing. You do everything for health of the people, mental health of the people, dignity of the people, do something for their culture, their language, their happiness, their dignity. Those are the things will be future India. That's what I learned from Modi, and I hope you will enjoy the same thing. Please leave your comments in the comment section about what the future India should be. After 2024, we are going to have a new government, and so let's start our dialogue now. We can do it together. All the best. All Indians are my brothers and sisters. I love India.